Okay, Monsoon Wedding, everybody who knows movies knows Monsoon Wedding. This is a Broadway musical version of Monsoon Wedding. So it's directed by Mira Nair, written originally as the book was by Sabrina Dhawan, and she's also incorporated in the screenplay. The music is being done by Vishal Bharadwaj. So it's being treated like a proper Broadway musical, and they never open directly on Broadway because it's like they always open in a smaller sector. So this is going to open in Berkeley, California, with a Berkley repertoire. We'll be performing for about 2 months or 2.5 months, and there's a rehearsal for about a month and a half before that. So the story I don't need to expand on, but I'm playing the role of the father of the bride, which is like one of the principal roles. It is his perspective in a way, which Nasir Bhai had done it in the film. So yeah, that's in short what it's about, and it's got mainstream Hollywood producers. So I think for me it's a very interesting project because I've never done something like this before. We've always done shows which are more Bollywood centric, Bollywood nights with this Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, Daler Mehndi kind of thing. So and it was always performing maximum weekends, like a Friday, Saturday and a Sunday. But this is like 8 shows in 6 days. So every week you're blocked, and then for the next like 2 months you're performing, or 2.5 months you're performing like this. So it's very, very intense, physically and emotionally, because you're singing, dancing, acting all together. So yeah, it is for me. I'm nervous about it because we've never done something on that level before. But yeah, it's also exciting because it's something new to do, and it's a totally new territory, and it's great. Something I love. The musical space hasn't been exploited in India as of yet. Of course, abroad it's a genre on its own, and it's millions and billions of dollars of business. Whether it's Phantom of the Opera, West Side Story, Jungle Book, Lion King, Mamma Mia. So these are all musicals. So now, from that perspective, well, we had Bombay Dreams, but this is basically a wedding, and it's a Punjabi wedding, and the whole story surrounds around a wedding and individual stories within the wedding. So there are plot points happening within. There are emotional angles, there are funny angles, there are the aunties, there are the element of somebody being gay, there is an element of an affair with a married man. So there are so many. There is pedophilia. So there's so many elements to that, and I think as a story and in the backdrop of a shadi. So for the Western audience, which it's being pitched to, they've been watching Bollywood films, and Bollywood has become a kind of a staple-ish diet across whether it's dance shows or music shows, and it's become an integral element, Bollywood music primarily. So I think it's a pretty interesting territory, and that audience will be quite interested because it's being put in a musical format. So the music also is having the Indian flavor, not the Western approach to Indian music. So that's why Vishal Bharadwaj brings the Indianness to it. And even the singing will be more the Indian style of singing as opposed to the Western style of singing, which is very, okay. Like if you're generally saying "Tu Jahan," you vibrate. Now we don't. In India, we don't. So "Tu Jahan" straight. So it's very Indian, and that I think for them also would be a refreshing, a fresh take on what's happening around. Yeah. So in short, I've spoken a lot. I've known Mira's work. The first time I was properly introduced to her work was Salaam Bombay. And then later on we saw Mississippi Masala, because that later on video. But Salaam Bombay was the first film I saw her work, and a very strong piece of body of work. And that particular movie was a very hard-hitting and gritty film. So I admired her work, and then she made Kama Sutra, and then later on Namesake. She made another. I've not seen the new one actually yet, the Queen of Katwe. Yeah, so that's supposed to be a good story also. So anyway, for me, I've met her in between, and once in a while very formal conversations, and suddenly out of the blue I just said hi to her on a mail saying hi, what's up, and she's saying, oh, I'm so glad I didn't think of you, so I would like you to just I'm having some auditions, if you're free, why don't you just do a recording and send me. So they sent me a scene and a song, and they said, and what you want to do, just somebody recorded it on tape and we sent it across. Then they reverted saying, we'd like, if possible, to take this further, and I was in New York dropping my daughter to college, and they were having the kind of final, they are selected, this was the only role remaining, everybody else were locked in, they were thinking of, there was one or two other people. So I was in New York and there I did again live, audition, dancing, singing, so it was very cool. And they were also like, mainstream, you're a commercial Bollywood actor, established actor, and I didn't have any hang-ups about auditioning and with some newcomers, I have no problem, that's the process, So I suppose they were pretty, they said, yeah, oh, that's nice, and they liked, and then they locked me in on that. And but Vishal Bhai has been busy. I was supposed to work with him. He's been busy with Rangoon and producer, director. There's so much happening. So really, we haven't been able to much work. And so for me, it'll be very condensed. Now Rangoon is releasing, and so I'll probably work with him now on the music, and not much of a time remaining. But yeah, so that's the story here. So see, like Mira Nair, obviously, films like I said, Salam Bombay. But then Mississippi Masala, Kama Sutra, then there was recent film Reluctant Fundamentalist, a very interesting film. So for me, the excitement was to work with a director who I felt has got some really good performances in her films. So for an actor, it's like, how can I, see, for me an actor is like clay. So you want to be molded in various forms and shapes. So that's what the director does, and you become like putty in the director and say, okay, now mold me, make a plane out of me, make a boat out of me, make whatever you can, and I'll be pliable. So for me, the excitement is, yes, first is Mira, because as an actor I will get to exploit certain dimensions which maybe I haven't been exploited as yet, and I like that as an actor, to be taking various forms and becoming, So prime reason, yes, Mira, and she's been extremely kind, and she's been extremely encouraging to me as an actor, and I find a lot of warmth, and I feel I can learn a lot. And Vishal Bhai, I've loved Vishal, and Vishal Bhai is the fantastic director himself, but here his role is as a music director. So there's so much coming, and I'm going to learn from the singing aspect of how to do. And so for me, yes, the producers, like we said, there's Margot Lyon, who has probably made about 20 plus plays, won X amount of Tonys and Drama Desk Awards. There's Stephen and Handel and Ruth, yes. So they are pretty prolific themselves. Stephen is basically a stock market kind of a person coming from a business background, and he joined his wife in becoming a producer. Susan Birkenhead, very senior, won Tony Awards. She's the lyricist on this. So the team is an A-grade team. So for an actor to be a part of an A-grade team technically and everything is a fantastic opportunity. So a lot of people say, 4 mahine ke liye ja rahe ho, kaam itna chhoot jayega. Yeah, I had to give up certain things. Sadly, things come when something is happening. So उसी टाइम पे ये प्रोजेक्ट भी आएगा, ये प्रोजेक्ट भी आएगा, and you feel, man, I'm losing out on this. इतने पैसे मिल जाते मुझे. But yeah, because this, I'm not hardly making money, just about surviving. But that's the way this works. When it goes on Broadway, yes, when the main play happens. But right now, like we said again, but it's the passion of it, and like Mira mentioned, the people who are involved are doing it for the passion. Vishal is going to be sitting there for 3 months himself, so obviously it's for the passion. It's not the kind of money you'd make, So, but yeah, it's beyond that. So for me, that's the excitement. All from America, Indians, because obviously they need to look Indian. Yeah. There, I think, might be 1 or 2, I think, white actors who are there. Yeah, so there's only me, and Namit Das is playing the role which Vijay Raz played. So there are only 2 of us from Mumbai, yes, India. Right.